It's Sunday night, about 7. The wine is open. You're trying to decide whether to watch something or just go to bed early. The week is coming. And underneath all of that, you know what's actually happening. The same thing that happens every Sunday, the pile. The medical form you've been carrying in your bag for 2 weeks, the 3 emails you've been meaning to reply to, the school thing, the insurance renewal, the follow-up about the dentist, the boring administrative weight of being an adult that you keep telling yourself you'll do during the week. You won't. You know you won't. The week will get away from you the same way it always does, and next Sunday, the pile will be bigger. This episode is about the move that closes the pile. In 20 minutes, tonight. The Sunday night move. A single move. Not a system, not a productivity overhaul, not a new app to learn. The move uses Claude. It uses every operator concept this channel has ever taught. And it works because the same posture that produces good creative work also makes a stack of insurance paperwork bearable. 20 minutes, a glass of wine, and your week starts on Monday with the pile already closed. That's the promise. Here's how it works. Let me say something honestly. The pile isn't a productivity problem. It's a posture problem. Every item in your pile sits there because the thought of starting it produces a small wince. A medical form requires you to find the original referral. An email reply requires you to remember context you haven't loaded yet. An insurance renewal requires you to actually read the document. None of these tasks are hard. All of them require 5 to 10 minutes of activation energy you don't have on a Tuesday night after work. So the pile grows. Not because you're disorganized, because the activation cost is higher than the actual cost of the work, and you keep deferring until Sunday comes around and the pile feels overwhelming. The Sunday night move solves the activation problem, not the work problem, the activation problem. Once activation is solved, the work itself takes a fraction of the time you thought it would. 5 things. Most of them you already have. 1. A glass of wine, or a cup of tea, or whatever puts you in the mode where Sunday night feels like an evening you've chosen rather than an evening you're enduring. 2. Your pile, physical, digital, mental. The medical form, the unread emails, the reminder on your phone that says renew car rego, the thing you keep telling yourself you'll deal with on the weekend. 3. 20 minutes. Not an hour, 20 minutes. If it takes longer, that's fine, but the promise is 20. 4. Claude open, on your phone or your laptop, whichever you have within reach. 5. A willingness to stop being precious about your admin. We're not doing this perfectly. We're doing it, done. Here is the move. You tell Claude what's in your pile. You let Claude triage and draft. You spend 10 minutes on the things only you can do, and you close the rest. That's it. Everything else is detail. Let me walk you through what the 20 minutes actually look like. Minutes 1 through 5. The dump. Open Claude. Start a new chat. Type something like this. It's Sunday night. I'm going to give you my pile of life admin. I want you to help me get through it. Then list it. Every item. Don't be tidy about it. Don't write proper sentences. Just dump. Reply to Sarah about the weekend. Renew car rego. Medical form for the kids. Follow up with the dentist about that thing. 3 unopened bills. The school excursion thing. The insurance renewal I've been ignoring. That dump took you about 90 seconds. Claude now has the full picture. You haven't done any work yet, but the work is now outside your head and in front of you, which means the activation cost has just collapsed. The pile is already smaller because you can see it. This is setting the scene applied to your life. It's the same move that produces good creative work, the same move that runs good meetings. You used it on insurance paperwork. Minutes 5 through 10. The triage. Type something like this. Okay, look at the list. Tell me which of these only I can do, which ones you can draft for me right now, and which ones I should just delete or stop worrying about. Watch what Claude does. The medical form has to be filled in by you, so that's on you. The reply to Sarah is a 15-word message Claude can draft and you approve. The car rego is a 5-minute online process you've been putting off for no reason. The insurance renewal turns out to be a question you can answer in one email. The school excursion thing was already paid 2 weeks ago, and you can stop worrying about it. In 5 minutes, you've gone from a pile of 7 things to a list of 2 things only you can do, 3 things Claude is about to draft, 1 thing you can do in 5 minutes on a website, and 1 thing that wasn't actually a thing. That sorting is the second move, knowing the take. Applied to a list of chores. Minutes 10 through 15, the drafts. Ask Claude to write the email to Sarah. Tell it the relationship. Friend, casual. You're saying yes to coffee Thursday, but you can't do Friday because of work. Claude produces 3 sentences. You change 1 word. You paste it into your email app. You send it. Ask Claude to draft the email about the insurance question. Give it the context. Claude produces a polite, direct paragraph. You change the greeting because you don't say dear. You send it. Ask Claude to write the follow-up to the dentist. Specific, polite. Asks for what you need. Done in 2 minutes. 3 emails out in 5 minutes. Each one would have taken you 20 minutes alone because of the activation cost. The drafts collapsed the activation. You weren't writing emails, you were approving them. Minutes 15 through 20. The things only you can do. The medical form. You sit with it. You fill it in. It takes 4 minutes. You photograph it on your phone and email it to the address on the form. The car rego. You open the website, you log in, you pay it. It takes 3 minutes. Done. It is now 7:25 on Sunday night. The pile is closed. You did 7 things in 20 minutes. Some of them you had been carrying around for weeks. The wine is still cold. The week looks completely different. The operator posture isn't reserved for important work. It's what makes anything you don't want to do bearable. A short note on why this works. Because most people who try this for the first time are surprised by it, and it helps to know why. 3 reasons. 1. The dump removes the cognitive load of remembering the pile. Once it's outside your head, your brain stops circling it. 2. The triage replaces the binary state of every item from undone to either drafted or closed. Drafted is a different state to undone. It feels different. 3. The drafts collapse the activation cost from minutes per item to seconds per item. You aren't writing emails, you are reviewing them. None of this is productivity theater. It's how the operator posture distributes effort. The hard work gets your attention. The repetitive work gets Claude. You stay in the middle, directing, deciding, approving. That is what an operator does at work. It is what an operator does on Sunday night. 3 things you might be thinking right now. 3 short responses. 1. Isn't this lazy? Wouldn't it be better to just do the work? No. The work still got done. You just stopped paying the activation tax. Lazy is letting the pile sit for 3 months. This is the opposite of lazy. 2. Doesn't Claude write generic-sounding emails? Sometimes, when you don't give it enough context. The fix is giving it the relationship and the specific outcome you want. 2 sentences of setup produces emails that sound exactly like you. 3. What about the privacy of all this? Don't put medical record numbers or account passwords into Claude. Beyond that, the emails you send to your friends and the question you ask about your insurance renewal are not state secrets. The privacy bar is the bar you'd set for typing into any other software. Here is the upgrade. Don't make this a one-time relief. Make it a weekly ritual. Sunday night, same time, wine, tea, whatever, 20 minutes. Pile dumped, triaged, drafted, closed. Move on with your evening. After 3 weeks of doing this, 2 things happen. The pile gets smaller every week because nothing accumulates. And you get faster because you've built a small muscle memory for the move. 20 minutes turns into 10. 10 turns into 7. The weekly admin you've been dreading becomes a weekly 20-minute thing you almost look forward to because you know what's on the other side of it. A clear Monday morning, a week that doesn't start in debt. If you found this useful, the rest of the channel teaches the full operating system this move comes from. The operator posture, named and demonstrated. The cues that change what Claude does without changing what you ask. The Bibles that hold a creative project together across sessions. The architecture for everything from a novel to a household to a team. Sunday night is the gateway. The channel is the rest of the house. If you remember nothing else from this episode, remember the 4 steps. Dump the pile, triage with Claude, approve the drafts, do the 2 things only you can do. That is the Sunday night move. 20 minutes. Try it tonight. That's the episode. See you in the next one.